Hey guys, today I just wanted to make a bug post about an issue in the new Snapshots about chunk loading, and since I didn't look into the code myself, it's just about the bug and not about how to fix it or anything, not Zipkrowd like. But let's get to the point. So on this world, I just set the render distance to 2 chunks. And now let's see what happens if I increase it. So you can see I mapped out chunks in this area, and you apparently can see roughly 2 chunks wide. If I increase it, first of all, works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can get a glimpse of the 6th one. The fog blurs it a little bit, but it loads up to 6 chunks. Till it's 8 chunks. Till 8 chunks, that's everything which works. You can see now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8th one also loads. But further than that, it doesn't load any more chunks. That's the first thing. So let's increase it to 10. Then you already see there is some weird border here. When I increase it up to 16, it kind of gets very obvious. And what you also might notice is, so let's just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This doesn't look like it would have been 8 by 8. Okay, over here we also got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and including the middle one. But it's definitely not 60 chunks. And when I decrease it again to like 10, you see there is no difference in the amount of loaded chunks. That's the first thing. The second thing is the speed at which the chunks are loading is also very strangely bugged. You might notice that although it's not loading more chunks, the chunks are loading way slower when I have it to 16 than when I have it to 8. They're actually almost instant. And even further decreasing, okay, that's maybe not a bug, but if I don't limit the frame rates, the chunks load even slower. So let's just demonstrate this. When I don't limit the frame rate, the chunks load slower. Okay, that might make sense. Before I limited them to 60, and it should keep it at the same level. Once again, now they load way quicker. But what happens when I enable VSync? Suddenly, chunks load slower. And if I enable VSync and have the frame rate unlimited, they load super slow. Something is messed up there. Literally. I mean, it also decreases my frame rates. Let's disable VSync, get it back to 60 FPS, and it's bam. So what? Yeah, there's something strange about it. So now let's tackle the next thing. Also the chunks load also way slower because I'm recording. Apparently the chunk loading is very dependent on the FPS, which is strange. So I increase it to 60 now. Now let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I never include the chunk I'm actually standing on, so it might be 8. Now we loaded one more. Go back. Here in here. It's still at 8. Fly further back. Fly further back. It's still there. Nothing happens. So the problem apparently is, now we get it unloaded. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The distance of which you can see apparently is now roughly 10 instead of the whatever chunk it's set to. It's currently set to 16, but it's definitely higher than what it actually loads in the other direction here. So I gave myself a little speed boost. Actually run in this direction here. Look all around. Go back to my plot here. And voila, we definitely loaded more chunks on this side than on this one. You can count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it also, it just pretty much loads the chunks but doesn't unload them. And if I now decrease it, it should. That's the strange thing. It reloads the display, but it still loads exactly the same pattern. You see the exact same sharp edges over there. So I'm not sure what is messed up here. So even if I go to like, okay, render distance 2, back to 16, it still keeps the same chunks in the display list, but it reloads, at least although it reloads them. So only if I now reconnect. So it loads them up to, yeah, I don't know, view distance of 8 or so, but not higher than 8, definitely not. So that's just what I wanted to point out here. I might have been rambling a little bit, but at least I hopefully got a detailed description of what I'm experiencing. And by the way, if Mojang is working on a chunk loading, it might be able to implement Optifine's way of chunk loading, because even if you don't have the multi-core chunk loading enabled, but just normal smooth one, Optifine still loads chunks way quicker, at least for me. And I don't know, but as you saw, there are some strange issues with the VSync and the chunk loading speed, so they might be able to fix that anyway. And yeah, apart from that, I hope you can upvote the bug I posted on the Bugtracker. It's in the link in the description, and then they will hopefully fix this before releasing 1.7. That's it. Goodbye.